Welcome back to Once Upon a Sister. I'm Faith.
I'm Rosalie.
And we're your hosts.
And I was scared that today's lighting was going to be awful because it's just pouring rain outside.
But it's okay enough with all the other lights going on.
But whenever I was leaving the house, it was like so dark outside.
Yeah.
So we're about to have a dark podcast.
No, I know. I put the younger two down for a nap, and then my husband was still sleeping, so I came in laid next to him as I was like as I was getting ready for today's episode, and he's like, all of a sudden it starts just like 1 second to the next, rain. And he was like, he takes his little mask off. He's like, is it raining out there? I'm like, yeah. It was so loud. But I'm sick again. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. My energy is going to be down again. I'm so tired. It's been like the longest week. And then it's like, now that I have so many kids, it's like when we get sick, it just takes forever to get through all of us. And
I don't know why it can't just like hit everyone at once.
It has. This time has been the most all at once, but it's like we also are just this one's taking a long time to run its course. Like, it's Saturday. I've been sick since Wednesday.
You haven't even told me anything about this.
I don't know. I don't want to be a complainer all the time.
I feel like usually you're like,
I told mom.
Sick, and then
I told mom, but that was it. Like, I told mom because she was like asking me to. I think I have a vague memory of her asking me to make my chocolate cream pie for Easter. Because there was so much going on. And I feel like I heard her say that, but maybe I didn't. Mom, if my brain made it up. Well, I was like, I'm too sick. So I just bought like a pre-made cake from Costco. They're really good, actually, and they're super affordable. So I just texted her like, hey, I'm too sick. I'm bringing this or whatever. But anyway, sorry the energies and the vibes are low.
I feel like I'm exhausted right now, so we'll see how this episode goes. But we'll have fun.
Yeah. Thankfully today, like, we haven't filmed while my kids are napping.
Today it worked out.
At all. Like, since we came back. And so today the younger two are napping. So probably like right as we finish, they're going to be like waking up.
So we were talking about it the other day or last week when we filmed. That was our 8th episode back, right?
I can't remember.
I think you said 8th. And so this one would be our 9th one. It's just crazy. It feels like we just started back up.
I know. So we came back, February 11th? It's already April now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This week we just had was our 8th one. This is our 9th, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. This one's the 9th. I just feel like it hasn't even been that long.
I know.
But also, speaking of like coming back, our little April Fool's prank last week, I was like
so cheesy.
Like, editing it was the most embarrassing thing ever. Like, it was the first thing we did. So I start editing it, and we're just like,
and you kind of forgot, right? Because I forgot.
No, I didn't forget, but like I just forgot how embarrassing it was.
My hair going across your cheek.
And like in my head, I was like, "This is so unbelievable. Nobody is."
But then everybody was
well, not everybody. Well, only 2 people.
Well, no, Emily.
She was like, "Bruh."
She was like, "Bruh." I was like, "So Emily from youth group, did you fall for it when you commented, bruh, or were you just like, why y'all doing April Fool's?"
But our 2 cousins, they like had each texted and like they had fell for it. I was like, how?
I was not expecting that.
I don't know. To me, it was like it felt like that would not be how we would announce that if it was.
Yeah, also, like, we would tell
our cousins ahead of time. Be like, hey.
Just so y'all know.
Like, it wouldn't be like a surprise.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like we would have, if that is the case at one point, it will be played out way differently. But it was so embarrassing to edit. Like, the phases of like us filming and doing that was embarrassing. And then I had to edit it, and that was embarrassing. And then when we released the episode, I always listen to it right away.
Yeah, me too.
On like 3 times speed, just to give it that listen and stuff, and to make sure everything sounds good. And I had to experience it a 3rd time, and then think about like how other people are listening to it too and experiencing it. I don't know. It was fun. It felt so ridiculous.
I know. Also, the thing I think that always happens with April Fool's Day is people forget.
No, people
always forget.
And I do
like,
too.
I'll be knowing it's April 1st is coming up, and then day of, I'm like, oh.
I'll forget like halfway through the day.
Because
like,
now
in the morning I was like, oh, April Fool's, and then like halfway through the day I was on Instagram and somebody posted like a relationship update and I was like, wait, what? And I was like, oh, it's
yeah. I know that, like, so I feel like it's so different when we were kids because of now social media. Like, now companies are like, oh,
play into it
this
heavily.
new product from us, and everybody's like like one of my mutuals, she was like, I got so excited about something, and then it was an April Fool's joke.
I saw somebody saying like companies like do themselves the biggest disservice.
No, yeah, I saw that
when
one.
they don't follow through on their April Fool's things, because like they release it and then if they get a ton of good feedback, it's like go ahead and make it.
Yeah, if you're getting the feedback,
people seem to want it.
Yeah,
like, and a lot of companies don't do that. It's just like, why? Because you can clearly see that people like this now.
I know, it's so funny to me.
What have you been reading?
Wait, real quick, I saw because I was saying, like, you know how people forget. Did you see that TikTok? It was a woman, a video of her husband, and she put like 2026 on it, and it like she does this thing where she, like, you know, the faucet, the sink faucet, how they have like the attachment on the side for like spraying.
Yeah,
we never had one. I always wanted one growing up. But yeah, but you have to like turn the faucet on, and then you go grab that, and then you press the button on that. So she like tapes the button down. So then when he turns the faucet on, it like sprays him. And she was like, it was like 2026, 2025, 2024. She does it every single year. It was like 5 or 6 years, I want to say, or more. And it was like the way he falls for every year. But I'm like, you just aren't thinking about it.
Especially like, you're turning this thing on every day. It's like muscle memory.
It's muscle memory. Like every time my husband turns the water off to like fix something, I'm like, oh, like you forget, you go and do it 15 times. Like,
did you do anything to the boys?
No, I didn't.
I just feel like
we were just all so sick.
Like, I also just for some reason feel like they're at an age where they will not. Like, they'll be upset.
Like maybe next year. Like, I don't know.
What can you do to them?
I saw moms doing like
or something.
They were like doing cereal and they were freezing it.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, like something simple like that. Yeah. Or it's just like, aha, I got you.
But also, like, the boys prepare their cereal bowls, so.
Yeah, I know.
At least the older two.
Well, I sometimes do. It just depends on.
Yeah. But anyway. I saw one mom do that to her little daughter, and then, like, it cut the video so fast because she was like, upset. Like, not, like, insanely acting. She just, like, got really sad. She's like, my cereal. They cut it to her new cereal. It was funny.
Anyway. What have I been reading? You okay?
It's like my Oura ring is like stabbing me right now.
You asked me what I've been reading. I have been still reading the same 2 books because I've been sick. I just can't read as much when I'm sick. Also, like, I haven't returned to like my normal routine. Like, I don't go anywhere ever. I'm home. Yeah. The last time I left the house was for church. I only leave the house for church. So like every time I would be listening to something in the car, like that's gone.
Because you haven't been doing like the co-op and
stuff. Yeah, like they went back, my boys went back to like their co-op thing for 1 week, and then the past several weeks she's been sick. So we haven't been going. So like I would knock out like 2.5 hours of audiobook time during that drive. Like, so I'm just like not in my routine. And then also like I'm a mom, so every time I turn my audiobook on, it's like mom. I'm like, like yesterday I literally made an announcement. I was like, I'm gonna listen to my book while I cook dinner. Okay, I've been spending all day with y'all. I want to listen to my book while I cook dinner. I'm like so sick, dying. Yesterday was the worst day, and I just had to give up. Like every 2 seconds Jameson was like, mama, and then I was like, and he's like, oh, sorry. And I was like, okay, I feel bad. I'm like yelling at them because I'm like, it's just annoying because then they start talking and then you're like missing it.
You're trying to like quickly scramble to. I know that's how I feel at work sometimes. Like, yeah, I do have my audiobook, but so many people will just come up and like
start talking.
Not even like say, hey, like it's like they immediately go into what they're needing, and I'm like, yeah. And then I like have to ask them to repeat themselves or just try to guess what they were saying.
But yeah, so I'm still reading 2 Twisted Crowns. Oh. Yeah. Well, to be fair, when we filmed last week, I had literally just started both the books. So yeah, I'm still doing that one, and I'm like 70% through. I'm almost done. I'm enjoying it. I don't know.
Do you feel like you felt how I did?
Like you're saying it's a little bit lackluster?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm struggling because how do I say this without giving something away? We're not getting a POV from a character that we got, and I want it back. Basically,
it
feels like a different book.
It really does.
Like I'm enjoying the.
It just feels like with what's it called? The Prison Healer. The Prison Healer. That series introduces a lot more POVs, like in the second book. Or wait,
Oh.
not point of views, but it introduces a lot of
More
characters.
yeah.
But it's still able to focus on like the main original story or like the main original characters. But this series, like, we get different
and it's just
POVs.
2 books.
And it's only 2 books. And then it's like you lose somebody's point of view.
Which is,
like the main character. And then, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the main story from the first book gets swallowed by what's happening. Yeah. In the second book, like with other people too.
Yeah, it kind of feels like we've shifted main characters completely in the second book. So I feel like that's why I'm not like, I'm enjoying the storyline that they are like having, but I'm like, oh, it's kind of.
I feel like maybe if the author advertised it differently and like it was known that was going to be happening, but I've never heard about that with this duology.
Yeah, I haven't either. But anyway, I'm also still reading Grimm and Oro, which I just finished Grimm's section and started Oro's. And I was telling her on the phone, and I stopped telling her because I was like, let me talk about it on the podcast. I was telling her on the phone that like I've been reading it, physically only reading it, because I haven't been able to have a audiobook. Because what I prefer to do, if I can, is read one book at a time and then jump back and forth between the two.
Audio,
like, because there's a lot of time during the day when I cannot physically read, but I want to read my book. So I like to throw on the audiobook. But this one, I haven't been able to find it. Or so I thought. Like, okay, this is what I was telling her, is Libby is so particular with insane. Like when you type certain things, it's like it won't come up. You have to be so specifically like
to what the title is.
Or like, yeah. And so I've been typing in Grimm and Oro, and like all of her Light Lark books will come up for it. Grimm and Oro comes up, but it's just the physical copy. And I'm like, man, I guess they didn't do an audiobook for this one. Like the whole time I'm like, I guess they didn't. And then I was like, I had this thought this morning, and I was like, hey, maybe it's Libby. And so then I went on to my Audible and I typed in Grimm and Oro, and 2 came up. One was called Grimm and one was called Oro. And I was like, so it's 2 audiobooks, and that's why Libby can't find it. So then I went into Libby and I typed in Oro, and it comes up. And I was like, okay. Because I was like, I want to read this morning, but I had stuff I needed to do.
I don't know why they would split the audiobook in 2. Like, I guess it does make sense.
It's because
if you don't want to read one side, you don't have to.
Yeah, I guess. So,
but it's so ridiculous that it doesn't come up. Like, you know what you bring up Light Lark and you can't bring up the actual book you're looking for.
Yeah, I know. It's annoying. I even typed in her name, like the author's name, and it wasn't.
Do you ever, like, if you're looking for a book and it brings up the author's other books, click on their author name and go to their Libby profile?
Yeah, and it just like was not coming up.
Oh.
I don't know. It was weird. But so I finished Grimm this morning, and it was good. But like, I feel like because it's been so long since I read the last few books, like I read them all kind of, I think it was last year, April, that I read them. So it's been about a year.
That's crazy.
It was better for me because there has been time, but if I had read it back to back, I would have been annoyed because I feel like I was just reading the same thing.
Oh, for the Oro?
For Grimm. For like the first part. Because like how it started is like, is this character's POV, and it started at the beginning of his life, and all of it was like new information to me. I was like, oh cool, I'm learning more about him. But then once it got up to the point where it was like at the storyline we're at, it was like I was just getting his POV of exactly what I got from her. I like literally felt like I was reading the same thing. I don't know if it was very different or not because it's been a while, but so like I ended up kind of skimming a lot there, and then there was like stuff that I did have to skip. But, like I ended up like skimming a lot because I'm like, I literally remember exactly what's going on right here. And so now that I've started Oro's, it's doing the same thing for him where it's like his past that we haven't seen yet. So I'm like, okay, I'm like enjoying it again.
Read those parts.
Yeah, so I'm like enjoying that again. But I was gonna say I started because I needed to make ceviche for my husband to take to his aunt's birthday party.
What is that?
Ceviche, it's like a Mexican dish. It's like yeah. It's like shrimp, and then everybody makes it kind of differently, but it's like a fresh kind of like salsa-y thing, but it's got shrimp in it. So it's like tomato and cucumber and lemon and lime and like a red onion, which I call purple onion, and then
why is it's not red?
Yeah, it makes no sense to me. And then cilantro, and it's just like a very fresh tasting. And some people add avocado, some people don't, but I do add avocado. It's very good, but it takes a while because it's so much chopping. Yeah. Because it's like kind of like a dip, so everything has to be small. So I was doing it, and I was like, let me listen to my book. So I got the Oro book, and it's narrated by the guy who does Kai in Powerless. So immediately I'm like, Oh, I miss Powerless so bad. Like I was like, I feel like I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna have to go back. Also, Lauren Roberts just announced the
graphic audio. No. And I need to talk about that because literally that morning at work, I was like looking for a book to listen to, and
is
I was
it
like,
out already?
No, it's coming out.
Okay.
But I was like, I need like a graphic audio, and so I was looking and trying to find because there's not that many graphic audios. Like they're slowly building up their catalog, and I was like, you know what? I need a Powerless graphic audio. And then a couple hours later, I open Instagram and she like posts something about how there's going to be a graphic audio. And I was like, did I just like...
She announced it a while ago.
I don't remember seeing her announce it.
Yeah, she announced it a few months ago and I was like... we texted about it.
No.
I swear we did.
I don't think we did. Like I had no knowledge of this.
I couldn't like 100% swear we texted about it. You sent... I feel like you sent...
my phone.
I don't know.
It's in my pocket.
I feel like you sent it to me and then I was like, and I forgot to respond. And they're like, did you see what I said? And I was like, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to respond. I feel like...
I don't think I did.
I swear. Because I was like, I don't know. I feel like it was through TikTok. But anyway.
I don't remember this, so...
I don't know.
Maybe I did and I just forgot. But I was like... thinking about it that morning, like, we need this. And then it, like, she posted and I was like, and I think I definitely want to do a reread.
But I did a reread last year this time.
Oh, you did a reread?
Yeah, for Fearless.
I didn't do any. It's so funny, like.
I love those books.
Rereads are funny to me because it seems like for us, we'll do a reread if we want to. Mm-hmm. But there are some people who seem like if there's a new book coming out, they will be like our cousin Jalen. I think like every time there's a book coming out, she'll reread a series to like refresh her brain.
That's commitment.
Which like good for
sometimes
you.
Sometimes I want to, but sometimes like I'm sorry, if another Throne of Glass book came out, I can't.
No, I don't have the time.
Like everybody that's doing a reread for ACOTAR or whatever, I'm like, if you want to and you miss the books, sure, but like don't feel like you have to.
No, you don't have to. It's just funny because like it's crazy how different some people can be. Like some people like that is like they just love doing that.
So whenever Fearless was coming out, I was just like missing that world so bad.
For me, it's more like I reread if I'm missing. It's not like, oh, I want to prepare.
Yeah, no.
For
I was just missing, and so I was like, let me reread. And I only did the main two. I didn't do Powerful or whatever.
Yeah.
I just like, oh, let me just do this. And I did mostly audio because I hadn't done audio the first time, and I was like, I kind of want to.
I don't think I did audio.
The guy who does,
but I did audio for Fearless.
Like no lie, I think my favorite male narrator ever. He's so good.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he's doing all that back. He's doing Oro, and I'm like, oh, like I miss those books. But so far I'm enjoying the book. And also I'm just like, oh, I don't know how to decide. I'm like, I know that the next book, like once I finish this, I'll start Crown Tide, but I'm like, I don't know how to decide who I want her with.
Yeah. I think
I've never been so torn.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't feel like I've ever actually read a book where it's like truly a love triangle.
Like love triangle, like to me, it's like people always say, "Oh, it's a love triangle." It's not a love triangle.
Yeah,
it's two people who clearly like each other and another person who likes one of them but can't get like
that's back. Literally what Twilight is. I'm sorry, it was never a love triangle.
Hunger Games, like I feel like maybe Vampire Diaries is like
the one
one that is maybe most love triangle.
Yeah,
but not after she chooses one of them. Then it's
in the books she's supposed to be with the other one.
Yeah, but I'm saying like in that one there was actual feelings for both of them. Like it's usually just like one of them clearly doesn't have a chance.
I can't explain it to you. I need you to read these books because there's something that happens that makes it so hard for me to like pick.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say I have the book on suspend, so I can unsuspend that as soon as the audiobook comes available in a couple weeks.
For Lightlark?
Lightlark. Because, like, I don't know how much you've been talking about it. I'm like, I'm ready.
I know.
And I'm really craving.
Part of me, like, you know how you, like, start to doubt yourself? I'm like, she's going to hate these books.
I know.
Like, I start to doubt myself. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just enjoying it. Like, it's not my favorite in the world, but I really do like it. Like, I like the storyline, and I'm very curious, like, how it's going to go.
It seems fun. And I've just been wanting a fantasy series, but I've been struggling to find one.
Yeah.
Lately. I don't know.
But, yeah, anyway, so I'll probably finish that, like, tomorrow.
I'm so curious to see when I do start, like, what will I wonder if I'll be the same as you or if I'll, like, have one that I'm really...
It's really weird because when I started right off the bat, I leaned towards one guy. And then the more storyline we got, my heart went out to the other guy. And then it's like, I feel like it wants me to be with one specific guy, but then my heart is still going towards this other guy. I'm like, but that's why I'm like so torn. And it's also like once you get through this, you'll like understand, like for my normal, like what the way I am with like how I choose who I want them to be with is, it's like being twisted because of the way they did it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to pick.
I don't know. I'm so excited to see what I think.
It's like, it's so, anyway. So what have you been reading?
I realized there was a couple things I didn't bring up last week that I had read or was in the process of reading. Like I didn't bring up Wormwood Abbey, right?
No.
Which is just, it's like a little, I was looking for some sort of audiobook and I saw someone say these. They're like, if you like Emma M. Lyon. I was like, okay. Well, it's not going to be to the level of M.M. Lyon. So I knew that.
It sounds like the faster we say that, it sounds like we're saying Eminem Lyon.
I know. It's really hard. Like, I don't need to say the M, but for some reason I do. Like, well, in the books, they just call her Emma Lyon or Miss Lyon.
Well, the title is...
But the title is Emma M. Lyon, so I'm always calling it that. But this one is like... It's kind of set in that same time frame, like the Victorian era. And it's this girl who her family has to move to her uncle who just passed away's house because he passed away, leaving his 2 daughters like with nobody. So her family and her dad is like, well, obviously I'm gonna go over there, and like they're not moving, but they're going there to like figure out what they need to do, like to take care of them and like what the plan is going forward. But then while she's there, one day she's in her room writing, and this little thing pops out of the fireplace, and it's like a little reptilian something. And so she's like, okay. She just like kind of keeps it in her room and starts
like
taking care of it.
over here with
kind of, yeah. But then it like starts getting bigger.
It's like Stranger Things, like okay. What is that thing?
But it starts getting bigger, and she's like, what the heck is this? And then just like as the story's going on, and she's just like, it is similar to Emma M. Lyon in the way of like you're just kind of
going along with like everything that's happening while they're trying to figure out what the next steps are. But she finds out eventually that her cousin and then a friend of her cousin's are like know what this little reptilian creature is and are sworn into this like society where they have to protect them. Oh.
Or like not protect, it's either protect them or like protect against them. But so then eventually towards the end of the book, it's a really short book. It's like probably 200 pages.
Is it standalone?
No, it's like 8 books. It's like I don't know. Like it's similar to M.M. Lyon where it's like just quick little books. Towards the end of the book, I don't know. That's just kind of like the premise of it. So it was interesting. I just like, I don't know. I was going to like continue with the other books, but I was like, I'm not right at the moment wanting to read this, but it was interesting, so I'm like curious to see where it goes. And it's just nice when you like,
it's so interesting because in my mind I'm like trying to picture this little thing.
I know, it's basically a dragon type thing. Like this is what it looks like on the cover.
Okay, what is it, the thing that Dustin names it, the Demogorgon, that he like the little
it's
it's driving me crazy. I've been sitting here trying to think of it the whole time.
D'Artagnan?
Dart, but they call it Dart.
But his name is D'Artagnan.
Yeah.
But they call it
it's
Dart.
Like a short little...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is kind of similar.
That's funny.
But it's fun. It's just a little... It's fun because it gives me like a... What do you call that? Like, it's not Regency... I don't want to say Victorian, but it's just like that old, historically, like...
I don't know. What is that called?
I need to like figure out what this actual... What you would call that genre. Or like, is that a trope? I don't know. But it gives me a little fix for that. And it's fun because it has that little fantasy element. But not much crazy. Like, we didn't get too deep into it in the first one. So I'm curious to see where it goes after that. But also, that's called Wormwood Abbey by Christina Baer. Baehr.
Oh, yeah, Bear.
Wait, let me see how much there are. Oh, there's 5.
Abby is spelled Abbey.
Yeah.
EY.
But
That's one of those names that like has so many different spellings.
No,
Sorry, tangent.
But in this, it means like Abby as in
like
like an Abbey. Like
I know.
Okay, I didn't know. It's not the name of
Downtown Abbey. Like I'm over here like I don't know if you know what this is.
Sorry, but it is. Yeah. And then I picked up Mate. It was really good.
But did you see? Okay, this is what I wanted to tell you that I couldn't tell you. That I feel like the whole thing is focused on one specific thing, of like her.
Kind of.
And I was like, so part of me was like, is this too focused on?
I feel like it wasn't though until like the
until
whole book
it
is
came
focused
to
on
like
it, but we don't really understand what it is till like towards the end.
Yeah.
And then a big chunk of the end did get focused on it, so like I really had to.
It's like 3 chapters in a row. You have to skip so much,
which was annoying, but like.
But it was only like it was all at one spot.
That's what I like about Allie Hazelwood. It seems like when she does do spice in her books, it's all in one chunk,
and then it's
so
over.
like I'm able to just.
Yeah, I know. But other than that, I really enjoyed.
No, it was a really fun book. Something about like a werewolf plot.
I love a good werewolf plot,
and then also just like.
Also, I love the way she writes. Like it's not so serious.
Yeah, that's what I like about Allie Hazelwood. But also, this one was just fun because like if you don't know the premise of it. Well, first of all, it's kind of like in the same universe. It is in the same universe as Bride
first.
What?
I would say read Bride first.
Read Bride first. But in this one, the main girl, finds out she's mates with this guy. But like they basically like just say they're not gonna.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
They kind of reject each other, not in like a go away, but like they just like don't want to have a relationship.
Yeah.
But then he's still. Taking care of her
because and, it's like their instinct or whatever.
Yeah, there's just some things that happen that put them in each other's vicinity, and like it just bleeds through because like obviously they've rejected this relationship, but his instincts are to take care of her, so it just happens. And I don't know, it was very simple plot wise. I feel like
very simple,
but it was just very.
It was very dialogue heavy. I want to say, which I love a good dialogue heavy book.
I really liked. I love Allie Hazelwood books.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was fun.
They're always fun. And then
the way we are taking so long every week to tell what we've been reading.
Hey, this is the point of what are we reading?
Listen to us talk, okay?
Yeah, and let us know what you're reading. Always, I'd love to hear. I started reading this like a while ago. I just March 22nd. I completely forgot to talk about it last week because I've very slowly been reading it. It's called What?
Yep.
Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinneman, which I think a lot of.
So I'm like, what is that?
You never heard of it?
No. Let me see the cover. Let me see it.
Well, this is the cover I picked, but it does have an uglier cover. No, go look up this book because there is an ugly cover.
What is this?
I've heard it talked about a lot, but I guess I don't know. That was probably during like when you were pregnant, so you didn't see much of it.
During my slump.
So basically, we're following Carl, and he has entered into these dungeons where he's essentially playing a real life video game.
Well, Jumanji
to like stay alive, essentially, because. The reason he went into these dungeons is because the entire planet got wiped out. Oh. And whoever's left had the choice of they can go into these dungeons and enter the game or they can just stay up on Earth and literally die because there's nothing up there. And so he's like, well, I'm going to go in here. And he's only wearing boxers and a leather jacket and 2 small Crocs on him because he was running outside to save his ex-girlfriend's cat that was running away. So the cat is also in there with him too.
What?
And it's very it's just so I'm very slowly reading it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would like it. It's a very interesting book. It's like it's so video game heavy. Like at least for these first couple chapters cuz we're kind of learning how it all works. And it's like these extraterrestrial beings that set up this whole game that he has to play. And like I don't know. I just was like, when I heard all of that, I was like, this sounds so interesting that I just need to like read it.
I've never heard of this.
And I had them marked like want to read for a long time, but everyone says the audiobooks are so good. And I'm like, okay, well then I want to do that. But they're not available on Libby. And I've checked for months and they still aren't on there. I don't know if they're on Audible, but I don't have Audible, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
But I was like, I just so curious about it. I'm just going to go ahead and start reading it because they are on Kindle Unlimited. And it's like a 600-page book.
Ooh.
But I don't know. I've been able to like slowly read it and follow along. It might pick up at some point. I feel like I'll probably pick up once I'm past like this whole like explaining plot, because like we're just really learning the world right now,
world
and
building.
like what is all happening. I think last night we actually started getting to like the plot is going to progress quickly, but I don't know, it's just very interesting. It's like not a book I've ever read.
Yeah.
But it's like in that sci-fi genre, so I was like, let me just
Try it
see.
out.
But it does have a very like video game heavy plot to it. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't think I know anyone that's actually read it, but
I've never heard of it.
Really?
We have been chit-chatting it up so much. Like I get, okay, I feel like when we first...
And I have more I want to talk about, but...
Sorry, I'm like, can't get comfortable on this couch. If anybody wants to donate to a replacement couch, this is the most uncomfortable.
We're going to set up a GoFundMe.
What was I going to say? Oh, like, I feel like when we first started, we were like, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about? Like, oh... We would like get straight to the point, but now we just like we just let it all out.
But also we do this every week. We're like, what are we going to talk about this week?
And then it just happens.
It happens.
Like, because before we didn't let ourselves do that, I feel like. And so now we've been way more lax. But we do have something to like planned. Like 30 minutes in. We did an episode last year when we first started the podcast called You've Got to Be Quizzing Me. Where we took little... bookish themed quizzes, like BuzzFeed little quizzes, little, you know, this, that, and the other. And we will link all the quizzes, so you can join, like wherever you can.
It was
like
kind of fun last time. It's a very simple thing, but like I don't know.
They're just simple quizzes, but so we went ahead and already did them. We have 10 different quizzes, and then we'll just talk about our results.
One of the funny things though, like as we were taking these, it's like the classic, like it asks you questions like, what's your favorite color?
Yeah.
What's your favorite hobby?
Where would you live if you could?
So many like what your favorite hobby is or what relaxes you.
Yeah.
And reading was always there, and I'm like, we're literally taking a book quiz. Like, you don't expect every person who's taking this to pick reading.
Or like,
because I was.
Yeah. I was also like laughing at some of the options sometimes. And a part of me was like, man, should we be taking these as we film? Because I feel like we could talk about the options.
Yeah, no. But some of the options were like, let's get into this first quiz.
Yes,
options for this one?
Weird.
Like, what am I supposed to pick right now?
No, I know. Some of them I just like I had to click something because I had to. The first one is, which Hunger Games character are you? And... I feel like these
questions were very geared towards Hunger Games.
So I was
having
like,
to choose as if I was in the world.
Yeah, and it was kind of random. So, like the first one, I'm not gonna read all the questions because obviously, but it's like, what is your favorite dessert? These are the options. I like sugar cubes. I feel like a 12-year-old wrote these.
I know.
I like sugar cubes. Liquor. Obviously, they're trying to go towards Hamish for that one. All the food from the capital. Brownies. Apple and goat cheese tart, cherry pistachio baked Alaska. Like, what on earth? I chose brownies because like I love brownies. I
was like,
at least brownies
are very like out there. Like the couple desserts that were in there, I'm like, those are very out there. Like most people don't.
I've never heard of this.
No. Also, do you remember when we were on the cruise and we were like, what is baked Alaska?
Yeah, we got it and I didn't like it.
It's weird. It's just like Neapolitan ice cream, but like fired up on the outside.
It was not. No. You're mixing up creme brulee.
No. Baked Alaska is like ice cream, and then they put like a meringue on the outside, like a whipped thing, and then
that's right.
blowtorch it.
All right, what did you get?
Cinna.
I got Cinna too.
Really?
I was confused by this.
I know. I was like, this feels so
You're
wrong.
Cinna.
It says, you're always rooting for the people in your life and know the best ways to help them shine. I was like, okay.
All right, thanks.
You understand that supporting people and letting them be true to themselves is more important than anything else.
Yeah, that's what I got. And
I think it was because there was like some questions in there, like, what do your friends best describe you as?
I know.
First of all, I don't know. Call them up and ask. But I would always choose like, I can't remember.
Like the most humble option.
Yeah.
Every time I do those, I'm like, I'm gonna choose the least like for me option. I'm gonna choose like the most humble because like, what the heck?
It's a very odd. It's like when you take like interview and they're like, what are your strengths? What are your weak?
Why should we hire you? Because I need money. Okay.
Literally.
Okay. So if you took that quiz, what did you get?
I was expecting like I just was not expecting to see
No,
this.
I feel like that one, the options were subpar. Like, whoever BuzzFeed,
redo that
redo that quiz. Next one is, ever wondered which romance book trope matches your personality? Just take this quiz to find out.
I was wondering what you would get for this one because...
Dude, the first question has... Real quick, I was wanting to tell you this.
Oh, yeah.
Which show or movie appeals to you most? In 2 options. One is Once Upon a Time and one is The Vampire Diaries. And those are like 2 of my favorite ever shows. So I was like, what the heck am I supposed to say?
Yeah. I saw Once Upon a Time. I was like, perfect.
And then I saw Vampire Diaries.
Like, and then also they had Victorious in
they
there.
had like
what does that have to do with this at all?
Zoe 101. We bought a zoo. American Pie. How do these even go?
They're very random.
Anyway, what did you get? Let's see.
I got Friends to Lovers.
I got Best Friend's Brother, which is funny because my favorite is Brother's Best Friend. You're just pretty good. Pretty accurate.
Yeah. I feel like that makes sense for me.
What does it say?
It says, this means that you can't help but be a sucker for happy endings. You like being comfortable and aren't always 100% on board with big changes. You want a partner who knows you like the back of their hand before romance comes into the picture. In your free time, you most likely enjoy watching nostalgic shows that remind you of your childhood. That was reminding me when I was taking this quiz. It was like, "What's your perfect first date?" What's this? And I was like, I've never been on a date, so I don't know what I desire for these type of
quality
things.
time. Okay, mine is Best Friend's Brother. Best Friend's Brother is the one for you. It's got a picture of Victorious. That forbidden feeling of being caught excites you in every way possible. What on earth? Like, no. I don't want to be like hiding. You can't help but build close bonds with people around you, and you crave a sense of familiarity in a relationship. You may find yourself in some taboo situations that you just can't resist. This is not me. I didn't even read it earlier. You can't stand immaturity, and you prefer hanging around people who act their age. Okay, yeah.
But who doesn't?
I don't want to have like a secret relationship. That is so weird.
Also, it's funny because like you are married, so like
yeah,
we're looking back on what it was. You never had a secret. There was no option to have a secret.
My husband was my brother's friend.
Yeah,
but not best friend's brother. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird to me. Also, there was no secret. Like I remember the day that I told Isaiah that I liked him. I like walked over to him. He was like sitting on the couch, and I was like, I can't say my husband's name, so I don't know what I'm gonna say. Chad, okay.
We just need to call him Mr.
Oh, like Mr. Faith Elizabeth. Okay. I was like
Mr. Faith.
I like Mr. Faith Elizabeth, and then I walked away. Like I just couldn't. I was like 16, you know. I was like embarrassed to tell him because I didn't want him to be like upset. I mean, they weren't like best friends, but they were friends. Like he would have him over, and so I was like, I don't know.
I just feel like that's not in his nature. Like he was like, okay,
yeah.
So,
well, also like I don't know. I
feel like you overthought. Like
it was also kind of a big deal because like neither of us had ever really been in a relationship like. Where it was gonna be like, okay, like, I'm actually gonna have a boyfriend now, like, and then we got married, like, you know what I mean? It was like kind of a big deal. I feel like, I remember when we started like talking and dating each other, it was like the buzz of our house, at least to me.
Because it's like a big thing.
It was like it was like a huge change.
At least for us too, because like we are
a very like intertwined family.
No, but we're like, we believe in God and like we follow his words. So it's like to us, dating is a huge thing because that leads to marriage.
Yeah.
Like,
and they like knew right off the bat. Like we had literally the conversation right off the bat when we started dating. Like we're intending to get married. And so it was like, it was kind of a huge deal. I don't know.
But also because like I don't know. I guess Isaiah did have a girlfriend at one point, but that was like, a while ago.
She was the worst. Okay, next one. All right. Quiz. Which fantasy book world do you belong to? This one?
The questions were a little
intense.
I was like, I feel like I'm taking whole different vibe quiz. Of a quiz right now.
BuzzFeed's like, if you could be... Apparently, I never... I don't know where my brain... Like,
we went for BuzzFeed and it's like, do you like Victorious or Vampire Diaries? And then this one is like... Slay your enemies.
Slay your enemies. Yes, literally. What did you get? I don't even know this book.
I know. I got You Should Escape to Earthsea.
Earthsea?
Earthsea. Like
mine is
Earth.
You Should Escape to Middle Earth.
Oh, wait. That sounds familiar.
You belong in Middle Earth, the fantastical creation of J.R.R. Tolkien, featuring in most of his works and most famously in The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. I think I've heard of this one before.
Okay, that's why that's familiar. Because it's The Hobbit. At least you know that. This one is,
Well,
you
it's the
belong
same
in the
author.
fictional world of Ursula K. Le Guin. You are a natural leader, brave and fearless, although this may sometimes lead you into some dangerous situations, but none that you don't have the gumption to get yourself out of. I feel like that is further from the truth.
Okay, wait. So this is the name of the world in The Hobbit and the Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings? Okay, why did my brain
Think that was the
separate it? Like, this is the title of the book.
book? No. Like,
Okay, okay. Mine says, you love adventure and cannot sit still for 2 minutes. This huge and richly imagined world filled with many races and creatures is perfect for you to explore. Don't forget to pack a breakfast or 2. Now, I can sit still. And I will.
Sit still for
I
a
can sit
hot
still
minute.
Actually, I want to sit still more than I want. This makes me think of our cousin Jordan. Sorry,
I was just about to bring her up too.
She got married last year. Her husband's family was like an adventuring
So
family,
adventurous.
and we're very much. She's very much like us. She's like, let's
I'll
chill.
sit on the couch.
So she's like, every time they go visit her, she goes to visit her in-laws. She's
Tired.
like she's having a good time, but she's tired.
No, literally, but we were talking the other day on the phone. Me and Jordan talk a lot, y'all. We play Minecraft a lot,
Yeah.
and we spend a lot of time on the phone. And we were talking about hiking or something. I can't remember which. I think it was me. I was like, "You will never hear the words come out of my mouth. Want to go on a hike?
No, literally.
No, I will not. Like that is that I could not do anything more uncomfortable
No.
than go on a hike.
Literally in high school in youth group, like there was several people in our youth group that like wanted to go for hikes. It was always like, hey guys, let's get together, let's go for a hike. I'm like, oh, you
Can we
have
do
got
anything
to be
else?
kidding me. Can we just chill? First of all, it's not enjoyable. The whole time I'm focused on not
No,
tripping.
the whole time
Every
I'm, like,
time I've gone on a hike, I've
focused on being
twisted my ankle.
Dude, I'll never forget
100% of the time.
when like my first camp in youth group. Faith was still in youth group, so it was like we went together, and they have this really big zip line, so we have to hike up to get to it, and you have to carry. First of all, it's hiking awful. Second of all, you have to carry the super heavy like metal thing
Yeah,
that attaches
that
to the
hooks
zip
onto
line
the-
that holds you when you go down. So you have to carry that up. And I was like, just so over it. I was like,
Yeah.
this sucks. And then I look over, and Faith's just walking, and Mr. Faith Elizabeth is holding his and hers. And I was like, can you hold mine? Like, I don't want to do this right now.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. Did he hold it for you?
No, I didn't ask him.
Oh, he would have 100%.
I didn't want to do that to him.
He would. Now you would. That was our first summer together. Now you
I
would
didn't
100%.
know him that well back then. Now I would, but I was
That
like
is so funny.
so angry when I saw that because like I just did not. I don't know. I just don't like hiking. But that's not like I still like doing stuff. Like I'll go to an amusement park or like
I think it's also because the camp that we go to is an adventure camp, and so it's every day is hiking. And you're just
it's all hiking.
no, and that was the summer that I was weirdly throwing up a lot.
So you were just sick.
And do you remember I threw up on a couple of the hikes?
Oh.
Like I had to sit
I don't know
down.
if
They
I
made
remember
they
that.
made me stop hiking. I couldn't go to the stuff like because at one time we were hiking up to the tabernacle, and I like went over to the side and I was like, and then my friend Haley was our counselor that year, and she was like, and I was like, I don't know, girl, I've been throwing up. Like that was the weirdest summer. I don't know if I was like, I thought I had cancer. I thought I was
It
dying.
was very odd.
Because
It's
the
just
other
always-
option was not an option because I waited till marriage. Like every time I would bring it up, I'm like, I promise.
Thought mom and dad were like
I know I wouldn't. I was
secretly
like scared that everybody thought I was like
lying.
Oh.
Yeah, I am not a natural
on a
leader and
tangent.
brave and fearless, so I don't know. I struggle when people say like you're a leader because it's like I can lead in certain situations,
I don't
but
want
like
to.
I don't want to, and I'm not like the classic female heroine in the fantasy books.
Yeah.
Like, let's
Yeah.
go. Like that is not me. Like,
I'll organize it. I'll
I
plan
am-
it. Y'all go execute it.
I am the elite
Yeah.
of the world. Like Elite is from Throne of Glass. If you don't know, she's a
Yeah.
very like Miss Girl's ankle is broken and she's just hobbling along.
Oh, I
And
was
has a-
always worried. Did we fix her ankle? Like,
No, I don't think they. I don't know. I'll let y'all figure that out.
All right, next one was I know which popular book you are at heart, but before I tell you, you have to plan a library trip.
This was a very interesting quiz too, because like we don't go to the library.
Yeah, I'm like, bookstore maybe, but then like some of them were like, one of them was like, how long do you stay at the library? Till 5:30 on the dot, till 6 p.m, till midnight. I was like, why not just like as long a couple hours?
Yeah,
I don't know, like as long as I want to stay. Like
literally, it's just some of these questions were so odd.
What'd you get?
Oh, I got fourth wing.
Me too.
I knew like some of these I was like, we're probably getting the same answer.
This is what it says. I am the sky and the power of every storm that has ever been. I am infinite. You're always up for an adventure and delight in defying people's expectations of you. Discipline and perseverance are your strengths. You work hard to make your dreams come true. This is what I aspire.
I don't know. I struggle with these descriptions because it's like,
yeah,
like yes, we're disciplined and we're hard workers. But like,
I don't want to.
I'm not defying people's expectations. Like, I'm just worried about me. I'm not like. It feels like when they like do these descriptions, it's like to the max.
Yeah,
we're like all these things.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns.
Where did all the energy come from?
I don't know, dude. Also, like my husband's been working like. He's been getting home late every night, so I haven't really been talking to people for a couple days. It's like everything explodes out of me. No, today he had like 1 hour, and so we were talking, and I was like, blah, 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 and then I was like, how come you're not talking? He's like, because you are. And I'm like, no, respond to what I'm saying.
Just talk over each other.
Okay,
it's funny.
But I know as soon as we stop recording, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna crash.
We always like. We kind of have a routine of like we'll record, and then like, oh, we'll film a couple TikToks
but then afterwards we're drinking, or I'm drinking.
Well, no, but afterwards like we have to like settle the boys and stuff or like whatever, and then Faith's like already changed back into her pajamas, and I'm like, wait, are we gonna? No, she's like laying in bed already.
Last week Last week we didn't film till Sunday. We normally film on Saturday, and we had gone from church to a birthday party to film, and then we came home and immediately started filming. So I had been in jeans all day, and I am not a jean girly, especially postpartum. And so I was like, as soon as we turned that camera off, and like if you remember last episode, I was holding my baby at the end, and she was not happy. Oh yeah. So I was like, let me nurse her, and then I was like, I can't. I was so uncomfortable, like holding her. And trying to feed her, and I was tired, and the jeans were cutting in, and I was like, ugh! And I just ripped them off and changed my PJs, and she turns around, she was like, yes, we were gonna film some TikToks. But anyway, what was the next one?
I can't remember.
Let's see. Oh, which A Court of Thorns and Roses character are you?
So as I was taking this quiz, I was like, I know what character I'm about to get. Just based on my answers.
Some of them I thought that, but then I did not get what I thought.
So who did you get?
I got Lucian.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got Elaine.
Yeah. As I was answering them, some of them I was like, I thought, for some reason, I'm like, they're going to give me Nesta. Just to spite me. They're going to give me Nesta.
Just they heard you don't like her.
Yeah. No, I was not expecting that. All of these ones I was getting males. I'm like, what's that mean about me? What does yours say?
As I was doing it, though, I was like, I'm definitely getting Elaine just based off my answers right now. It says, like Elaine, you are gentle, kind-hearted, and compassionate. You thrive in an environment where you can create something of beauty and share it with others. I mean,
mine says, you are fiercely loyal, sometimes even to a fault. However, you aren't afraid to keep an open mind and heart toward new ideas and experiences, which I feel like is not inaccurate for myself. Yeah. I was not expecting that, though. When I got it, I was like, oh, all right. Okay.
Also, I'm confused why they didn't like put a character art. Like they just put like a
little field.
A fire.
Mine's some fall leaves because he's in the fall or the autumn kingdom or whatever. What do you call it? Autumn court. All right, this one was interesting.
What's your reader aesthetic?
Avid reader or not, everyone has a reading aesthetic. Let's find out yours. Also, that word is like a buzzword. What? Aesthetic. Like I feel like 2 years ago it started up, like everybody was like, oh, aesthetic. All my mutuals on TikTok and Instagram were like talking about being aesthetic and aesthetic this, and now it's whimsical.
Whimsical is
everybody's like, oh, add a little whimsy to your life, and I'm like, can we like
everyone has to use the same
words are trending now, like we've gotten to that point. There's nothing wrong with being whimsical, but I'm just saying, like, it's trending.
It's just really crazy to like actually watch it happen.
Yeah.
No, the other day I got a TikTok and it was like throwing back to like what people would post in 2020, and I guess maybe not on your side of the internet, but like with my age range. And it was like an aesthetic video. And everyone in the comments was like, back when the word aesthetic literally just meant this specific aesthetic to us.
Yeah.
Like we would say, I don't know if you, but like we would say, oh, this is aesthetic. And it would like, it meant this specific thing.
And that's
now
not what the word
it's turned
means.
into like, there's tons of different aesthetics.
Because that's not what aesthetic means.
What does it mean?
Aesthetic, let me pull it up.
We've said it so many times now that it doesn't sound real.
That's what people started getting annoyed when this word started trending, because people were using it for one type of aesthetic. Aesthetic means definition. It refers to appreciation of beauty and the study of taste. Okay, that's not the definition. Why am I getting AI answers? Okay, the artistic or beautiful qualities of something. A particular theory or conception of beauty or art. So everybody has their own aesthetic.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own what they view to be aesthetic.
Yeah.
And so, but then it turned into like a
specific thing,
like a vibe, kind of like a way of decor. And like everybody was like, this is aesthetic. And I'm like, no, aesthetic is just what
this
you
is your
choose.
aesthetic.
Yeah. And so then it started to drive me crazy when everybody was like, it was like a buzzword, because I'm like, dude, it could be anything.
Shall you just look up the dictionary?
Yeah. Anyway, that was
So what did you get for your aesthetic?
Aesthetic. I got airplane reader.
I did too.
Oh my gosh, dude. This says, you like a window seat. True. From there, you can take in all the grandiosity and beauty of the earth, can look upon the world as a bird might see it. As you pierce through the clouds and soar above them, you start to read, because today is where your book begins, and the rest is still. I was about to start singing.
I was laughing when I read it. I was like,
any of these. I didn't even read any of these.
You didn't read them at all?
No, I just started reading them. Oh, my husband's calling. I just started reading them right now.
You didn't answer?
I read the answer. No, he's just driving to work. Okay, let me just answer him real quick. Hey, sorry, we're filming the podcast right now. Yeah, you want to say something? Let me turn you up a little bit.
What are we discussing? What am I an expert?
We were talking about,
our reader aesthetic.
Our reader aesthetic. It says, this is the quiz. Avid reader or not, everyone has a reading aesthetic. Let's find out yours. And I got airplane reader. This is the definition. You like a window seat. From there you can let me zoom out. Take in all the grandiosity and beauty of the earth. Can look upon the world as a bird might see it. As you pierce through the clouds and soar above them, you start to read. Because today is where your book begins, and the rest is still unwritten. And the rest is still unwritten.
A whole lot of words. What does that mean?
Huh? Pretty much.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What does that mean? What kind of reader is that?
I don't know.
I'm
It doesn't even make sense.
Empathetic reader. I put myself in the main character's point of view. Like,
maybe you should write it.
You need to come up with your own quizzes.
Like a human being. What are the options? What are the different options?
It was a whole quiz, but I just have the answers.
What could you end up at?
I don't know what all the answers are, because this is the answer I got, but
I'm gonna make mine up then. I'm a human reader. I read as a human with human experiences, human perspective.
All right.
I look around at the world like a human with the eyes of a human.
All right. Okay, love you. I'll talk to you later.
All right, I love you.
Bye.
Bye, airplane girl.
Airplane girl. Hopefully y'all could hear any of that. I don't know.
We'll see. I'll have to turn up that specific section.
The way I knew he was gonna be like, what on earth is that?
Also, it doesn't.
I feel like that was the weirdest quiz we did.
Literally, what does that even mean?
I know. Like, I read on an airplane. I read on a boat. I read in my bed.
Like, I feel like it would have made sense if, like, you like to cozy up in bed with your book. Or you like to be out and about listening to an audiobook during a walk. Like, what is
airplane reader? I feel like we should retake it and put different answers and see what else.
Maybe.
Because I'm like, really, what is that, though?
Or if, like, it was airplane reader, maybe, like, that means airplane mode and, like, we don't want any disturbances and, like,
I can see that, but like, the way they say it is like,
what does that even mean? All right.
All right.
The next one, which Throne of Glass character are you?
Yes. What did you get?
I got Sartok. I don't remember how to say their name.
Sartark?
Sartark?
I don't know. I got Rowan.
You remember that, right? You got who?
Rowan.
Oh. See it? I know. I was upset when I got Sartark. I was like, I don't care about this person. Like,
I got a little bird situation. I can't even remember who that is right now.
That's the one. It's in book Tower of Dawn when. Well, I can't really like.
Oh, okay.
I can explain later, but it says he's like a part of that one family with all the brothers and sisters, and they're like royals.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I remember now.
Like the wind, you were open-minded and flexible, and you were also courageous and always supportive of your loved ones. Right?
Mine says, like Rowan, you are loyal, steady, supportive, and brave. When you commit to someone or something, you're all in. Which,
Well,
all right. Thanks. I was laughing as I was hanging. I was like, I'm gonna get Rowan, and then I got it. Like, I just knew it.
I had no idea.
That's what I'm saying. Every character when we did, I got men.
Yeah. I was thinking like I would get a lead maybe, but
I just got men.
I got Sartart.
All right.
I don't know how to say his name.
I know.
That doesn't sound right how I'm pronouncing it.
I don't know. Sarah J. Mass, you want to let us know how you say that? The next one, which we have a shared note for our like podcast stuff, and I wrote in it because I was like, because we can both see it. I was like, this one technically is about films, but it's like so. It's all about characters.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of is the same because it's character driven, not
yeah.
like,
And so like in there, I was like, I know this one is technically film, but I think it still works. Do you think we should do this one or no? Like I'm like writing you a message. As I was writing the message in the shared note, I was like, oh, I just know teenagers do this. Like when they're like not allowed to text or whatever, when they get in trouble, I just know they be doing shared notes. As I was doing it, I was like, we can communicate through a shared note.
I didn't even think about that.
You know?
That's crazy.
Because I was like, as I was typing, I was like, oh, this is so fun and silly. Like, we're going to talk through the note. And then I was like, wait a minute. Like, people probably be cheating that way. Sorry. That's just my mind going on a spiral.
That's insane.
I don't know. I'm just thinking. Okay, this one says, are you the main character, sidekick, or villain based on the Netflix film you create? So it was like character based.
I got protagonist.
Me too. Oh my gosh, dude. We're too much alike.
This is your story. Your magnetic charisma has gathered together an absolutely banging supporting cast. But at the end of the day...
absolutely banging.
At the end of the day, when the sun sets and the narrative clinches...
clinches like your butt.
I immediately pictured like my butt clenches.
Oh my gosh.
Clinches. You were the one that leads them to greatness.
All right.
What kind of just absolute banging supporting cast? Who says that?
Oh my gosh, that one was weird.
Oh, well, it's got main character energy.
I guess. All right, this one is, how pretentious of a reader are you? Which this one, I'm kind of annoyed with my result because I feel like I had the least pretentious answers. I was like, you do you, whatever you like, the whole time.
What did you get?
I got, you can sometimes be a pretentious reader. I was like, what? Because literally
what did you answer?
Literally all my answers were like, no, I don't care. Like, do what you want to do. I don't care. I don't care. Like, none of it.
Let's go through the quiz.
I don't know why I got what I got. Mine says, you have some snobby moments, but you're definitely still on the chill side. You might loudly claim a book is better than its movie adaptation, but you'll never hate someone for skipping over Steinbeck. I think this is because the movie adaptation one, I put like the middle answer where it's like,
oh,
I'm like, I put the one where it's like the book is sometimes better, or it depends.
I put the book is always better.
That's interesting because I feel like that would be more snobby than me saying it depends on the...
I know.
I don't know. I don't know why. I feel like they just give you whatever they want to give you because I'm like, every question I was pretty much...
They just randomize it.
Yeah, like, are you offended or do you judge someone if they tell you they've never read a classic? And I was like, no. People like what they like. You only read physical books and can't stand people who crack book spines. I said neither.
For that one?
Wait, no, I put this one.
Wait.
I put the middle one. Only one of the two.
I put that too.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Mine says, You have preferences, but you're quite relaxed and chill about them. You never try to tell other people what they should like or dislike.
I feel like we might have answered the same because look, the one that says you think special editions, signed copies, or first editions are better than other books. I put I do like a pretty copy of a book, but I'm not set on it.
Me too.
You think audiobooks don't count as reading? Of course they do. Will you power through a story you don't like just because you don't want a DNF book? And I said I don't like DNFing books, but I'll do it on occasion.
I think I put that one.
You tell people the book is always better than the movie. I put depends on the book.
That one I put book's always better.
You only read nonfiction and think fiction is not good at all. I said not at all. Do you buy more books than you can read and have an endless growing TBR? I said my TBR grows and shrinks as time goes by, but there's always at least 50 unread books.
I put no, my TBR is small.
But I don't know how this would make me pretentious.
I don't know.
Because that means I'm like willing to read more books. You know what I mean? I don't know. I was confused, dude.
Maybe they just choose what they want.
I don't know. But anyway, I'm not pretentious when it comes to books. All right?
The last one was a guess the book cover by their they took a book cover and blurred it.
Yeah.
I got all of them.
Yeah, the only ones I didn't get, I got 19 out of 23. And the only ones I didn't get was because I mixed up which book it was. I think I got the Cruel Prince one wrong. I accidentally chose.
Did you get the Harry Potter one
No.
wrong?
How was I supposed to know that?
No, did you get it wrong or right?
I got it wrong.
Wrong.
Because all the options were Harry Potter, and I didn't know which one was going to be the book.
The first.
Yeah, so it was that one, and then one of them I accidentally clicked the wrong one.
No, my score is actually 22 out of 23 because I accidentally clicked the wrong one for one, but I knew the right answer.
Okay, so I guess mine would probably
there
be.
There were some books that I don't know if I've actually ever seen this, but I've heard the title.
Because I did that on 2 of them, so mine would actually be 21 out of 23, I guess, if I didn't accidentally click the wrong one.
That one was kind of fun.
That was fun. And I was as I was doing, I was like, dang, look at me go! I know so many of these.
I feel like it's fun with book covers. That's why, I have this idea. I don't know if it's going to translate well to a podcast episode.
Yeah.
But, one of us is blindfolded drawing, and the other person has to describe a book cover. And we have to, try to draw it, and then once we take our blindfold off, we have to try to guess what the book cover is based on the drawing.
That is interesting.
I see that on TikTok all the time with but people just do it with celebrities or something.
Yeah.
Kind of oh, it's a mug.
That reminds me of the game where you draw a heart on somebody's back and oh, it's a heart or oh, it's a flower. And,
I just think that would be fun, trying to describe certain book covers.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Sounds hard though. If we were artists.
But it could be quick.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm tired now.
I know I have more that I want to talk about, but I'll write it down and I'll talk about it next week.
Okay.
Because, I don't know.
This one's already getting long. Man, we've been going long.
We literally, how do we just... I literally sat down, I was I have nothing to talk about, and then...
It's just because we ended up talking.
Yeah.
This is why we started the podcast. I know we keep saying we just talked. And that's what I'm thinking, last year when we did this episode, I think it was only 40 minutes, but it's because we didn't do the whole long intro of what we've been reading.
Yeah. We talk about this every week.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're such broken records.
There's one thing about
us. If you know us in real life, you know it's the same.
We will talk about the same thing over and over and over and over.
And it's literally have you seen those TikToks where it's when you're with your sister, best friend, whatever, and then you just keep coming back to it. You know what? Let me beat this dead horse. Actually, let me talk about it.
We don't even have to be oh, remember this situation?
No,
I can just say
we just pick up from where we left
and
off.
Actually, just say my opinion that I'm thinking, and we immediately know what situation we're talking about. And
sometimes I'm dude, people around us must be what is going on? My kids especially.
They just hear us
they're
jump
probably
from
gonna
conversation
as they get older, they're probably gonna think we're so annoying.
I wonder if that's is that just not an everybody thing, or is that a girl thing, or just some girls?
Or because we know each other well.
Because we know each other well, but Mom and I do that with each other, but Dad and Isaiah still need a little bit of context.
Yeah.
Before we can fully start the conversation. Also, I feel I'm good at even if it's not my conversation, but other people are talking, I'm able to listen and come up with the context of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So then I don't need to interrupt and be hey, what is this? I just know what we're talking about.
Our family, dude. there's a trend where I'll be telling something when I come over to mom. You walk in, wait, what? And then I repeat it. And then Isaiah will be there the whole stinking butt time. And as soon as I finish, he's like, wait, what happened? And then I'm like, I can't. I'm not saying it again. Like, I lose it. Him especially. I love you, Isaiah. Him especially because it's like, he does it at the end. Like, when you were sitting there the whole time. And so my husband loves to be like, wait, what? After I tell him to mess with me. I'm like, I'm not saying it again.
It's also just because we're so nosy, too. Like, we all need to be a part of the conversation.
No, my husband couldn't be bothered. He didn't care. If he missed a conversation, he didn't care. We're literally like, wait, what? Every detail now. Like,
I need to know everything.
Why are we like this?
I don't know.
Part of it, I'm like, sometimes my husband bothers me because I'm like, dude, get the information.
Dude, one of the quizzes we took was like, what bothers you the most? What trait bothers you the most in other people? And one of the answers was indifference. And I was like, that one. Because when somebody doesn't care about a situation, like, especially when it's something happening to them, they're like, oh, okay. What do you mean, oh, okay? Like, yes, I try not to care too much, but it's when they don't have a morsel of care for the situation.
A speck. That is so funny. Anyway.
All that to be said, we will talk about the same thing over
so
and over
funny.
and over.
This is so funny because literally every week when it's coming up to the day of the film, we're like, oh, what are we going to do? I don't have any ideas. Do you? No. And then we just chit-chat it up. All right. We need to stop stressing so much because we end up working out. I feel like.
Like, what would we do if we literally didn't plan anything and just hit go?
I don't know.
Would we have enough to talk about?
Probably.
I feel like we could try it one time.
Like this week, we're not gonna. What I really want to do is like do an episode where people just ask us questions.
I know.
We'll answer your questions.
For some reason, there's a couple ideas we've had, but like I feel like we can't execute them until we have a good amount of people that interact with the podcast.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We could do that.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening and keeping us in your ears for over an hour.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we need to come up with an outro.